Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff of California. Congressman, just most immediately, we learned in the hours after the attack in Orlando that there had been an arrest at a gay pride parade in Santa Monica, I believe. And do you have any information on that? And was it someone who really intended to act?
Yes. In fact, I was in the parade today, and just as the parade was about to get underway, we were informed by members of the Sheriff's Department that Santa Monica police had arrested someone who was a suspected prowler in one of the neighborhoods. They then traced him back to his car and found a large quantity of explosives as well as a large number of weapons. He is evidently from Indiana. I think the vehicle had Indiana plates. But he expressed to the Santa Monica police that his intention was to attack the Pride Parade in Los Angeles. So that information was just coming to law enforcement around the time the parade was getting started. The organizers decided to go ahead with the parade, which I think was the right decision, and it went without incident, but obviously with a lot of heightened security. Very odd that you would have two LGBT targets on opposite sides of the country in what, as far as we know now, are unrelated events.
Very odd indeed. And what are we supposed to do about this case in Orlando? A man apparently most immediately motivated by a kind of homophobic revulsion to something he saw on a city street in Miami, but a man inspired, if not directed, into kind of radical Islamic terrorism to act in the way he did, where he did, and leave behind a staggering death toll.
Well, there are a lot of questions within your comments, Brian, and one of the ones that we're focused on right now is he was evidently interviewed by the Bureau a couple times in 2013 and 2014. People did see something and say something, and law enforcement investigated it. It evidently was not enough to arrest or seek some kind of a involuntary psychiatric hold, but obviously those investigations will be re-reviewed to see whether more steps might have been taken, whether there are other leads that could have been followed. We're very interested, obviously, in finding out whether, apart from his claim of allegiance to al-Baghdadi and ISIS claiming that he was shooting on their behalf, was there any communication between the two, or is this merely ISIS after the fact taking credit for the actions of someone who was a homegrown radical, self-radicalized? So these are precisely the issues that we're looking into, not only with an idea to figuring out whether this goes beyond this one attack, but also with an eye to determining is there anything that we might do in the future, anything we're not doing already to try to prevent these horrendous kind of attacks.
And Congressman, of course, to be fair, with a nod toward the hardworking people in the Homeland Security infrastructure, as several guests have reminded us today, the easiest thing in the world may be those of us watching this, sitting at home, wondering aloud why people didn't connect the dots, when in reality the dots apply to perhaps millions of people who could be persons of interest.
Well, this is the thing. The Bureau goes out, I think, on a pretty much a daily basis in all 50 states investigating allegations of radicalism. In some cases, those investigations bear fruit in the sense they find evidence of a material support for terror. They make an arrest. They seek a conviction in court. But in other cases, there simply isn't enough information. The fact that someone espouses radical views is not enough to arrest and detain them. There has to be some evidence of actual plotting, conspiracy, or providing a material support. And in the absence of that, all you can do is maintain vigilance about the person, but we're going to obviously take another look at this and see if there's some more that can be gleaned from this. But that is part of the problem. There are going to be cases where even someone who's come to the attention of authorities, who largely keeps their thoughts and their planning to themselves, goes out and commits a terrible atrocity, and it may be simply the case that it could not have been prevented, that there wasn't enough information, not enough evidence, not enough leads, not enough indication of a willingness to act out that would have made an arrest possible.
From California, Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff is the 8th term ranking member of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. Congressman, thank you very much for being with us.